Standing by with me is Mr. Yakubu Pam-Gam, who is the chairman of the FCT branch of the Middle Belt Forum, to discuss the Plateau killings and some other security challenges around the country. You're very welcome this morning, sir.
Thank you.
So we've heard quite a bit from both sides. We heard from Miyetti Allah yesterday on this program, concerning some of the things that have been happening in Plateau State and beyond. What is your assessment of the realities on ground in Plateau State?
The reality of the situation of Plateau, and by extension, the Middle Belt, is the issue of eliminate and occupy. Most often when descriptions or when appellations are saying herders farmers clash, that is not the reality, because the Plateau person is not in contention with the Fulani person, because the Plateau person is only defending his own territory, because the Fulanis, as we have come to know of recent, always, those peaceful Fulanis that we've lived with them for some time, now it has now changed for over time, because they have allowed people from other places to infiltrate and then use them to attack Plateau people. And this attack, you kill, you maim, you destroy the whole village, and then you go, you bring people that you have kept somewhere to come and occupy. This is the reality on the Plateau. And these are attacks, because an attack could be planned for so many years. And the aim of attack is to take over something. You attack to take over something, to take possession of something. So most often in the media, it will be said the issue, the herders farmers clash, it is not herders farmers clash, because what we used to know when we were growing up, even Plateau people rear cattle. We rear cattle, because just on Monday this week, my father-in-law was killed. His cows, over 56 cows, were taken away. And up till now, as at the time I'm coming in here, there's no information about it, about where the whereabouts of the cows.
Our condolences. One of the major issues that has come up, one of the major kind of responses that has come up is, this idea that, look, justice is missing. You just mentioned your own personal case, but for so many, that is the reality today. What do you attribute that to? Why is there this seeming lack of justice?
Because the Nigerian state is not, there's no justice. That is, it is set on injustice, because some people are more human than others, or they are superhuman. When you look at the issue, you find out that for a very long time there has been a grand plan, because of our terrain, our vegetation in Plateau or in the Middle Belt. It is lush, green, and the people that are fighting us, they want to come and take over these places and graze their cattle and live. But then, why is this thing happening? Because these days, because this government has allowed some certain things to happen. Allowed in the sense that some things happen and this government would not be proactive. Proactive in the sense that, why is it that Miyetti Allah, Makban, and Kautal Hori, for so long, right from the Benue issue, the governor kept on saying, arrest these people, arrest these people. But the minimum thing that this government, President Buhari, is supposed to have done is call the Miyetti Allah group. Let us see them on television. And the president said, look, as from today, I don't want to see you. You have to go and tell your people to stop killing farmers or to stop killing your host community. So that when we see that, that will give us the confidence that Mr. President is doing something. Even if he will not arrest them, call them. Let's see on television.
In fairness, I do understand that President Buhari did come out and he said, look, any herdsman or purported herdsman who is found with any kind of a weapon should be arrested and prosecuted. I believe he has said so. But that, of course, in your view, does not suffice?
That to me, is the usual rhetorics. All the time, the president, like when he went to Plateau, he went to condole the people of Plateau. And in his response, he said the killings that took place in Zamfara is more than Plateau and Benue combined. How can you, we cannot understand this. And it means you are justifying the killings that the Plateau people or the Middle Belt doesn't mean anything to you. So the president needs to go further. And he said that we should learn to live together. We have lived together with these people for ages, for long. But then, of recent, things have changed. And that is why, look at what happened in Plateau. So many, more than 38 villages were attacked. And you have more than 200 or 300. That is the one that can be accounted for. In the Mugavul people from Mangu released their own list of 88 persons. These are verified. And then the Biron people released their own list of 220. These are verified. When you go to communities, where the burial takes place, and thank God for social media. That is where we get the pictures, because the security at this, the information we're receiving, security were telling them that they should bury so that they will take care of those that were wounded. So, and the issue is very, very complicated. Even, unfortunately, even our own government in Plateau has not really helped issues. Because look at the organized way and respect the Benue people. That's the Governor Otom gave respect to the dead, those that were killed innocently. But in Plateau, nothing like that. And you tend to wonder what is happening.
Mr. Pamgam, earlier on, your position was very clear that you feel that ultimately any kind of violence or clash that has taken place on the side of those of indigents from Plateau are acts of self-defense, that they are not reprisals, they are not retaliatory. Now, given your account, and we've heard this not just from you but from others, that indeed Fulani herdsmen have come in and they have occupied several communities and villages. If that is the case, can you completely write off the possibility that, look, there are very much aggrieved and disgruntled Plateau indigents who had taken the law into their own hands by either stealing or killing cows or Fulani herdsmen in response? Is it not at all possible in your mind, given what has transpired previously?
Now, my brother, if, as you're sitting here, I come in, I want to kill you. You see me with a gun, and then you just sit down and look at me to kill you. If at the end of it you take, you find any means to defend yourself, is there anything wrong with that?
No, I want to be very clear here, differentiating between self-defense, which of course is a great possibility considering the violence we've seen, but also the possibility of reprisals. You said it's one and not the other. I'm asking you if it's not possible that you have a measure of both, given the high emotional sentiment in the region at the moment.
If you look at what happened, this attack in Plateau, there was no remote cause of the attack. People went to bury a retired reverend who was over 80 years old. He died and they went to bury him. At the cost, when they were there in Gashish, that's in Barikindadi local government, they were attacked. Even the reverend that conducted the service was killed, Reverend Vincento of Church of Christ in Nations, RCC Bokos, Regional Church Council of Bokos, that's, Gashish, there in Barikindadi. Now, any time there is a clash, you must have collateral damage from both sides. But this one, has anybody, my brother, has anybody come up with information that these are the Fulanis that have been killed? Has anybody come out with that figure? Or the names, or tell you that in so-so place, one person was killed, so-so place, this so-so Fulani was killed. There's nothing like that. So the issue of reprisals, I don't know. You in the media, whether you've gotten information where Plateau people went on reprisal. There's nothing like that.